Australian flu. It's what I have. I've caught Australian flu. A child coughed in my face without putting his hands over his mouth, and the child seemed like he had a fever. And since that cough into my face, I've come down with extreme fever, extreme body ache and pains all over my face, body, joints, brain, everything. And my temperature is extremely high. I feel very, very cold, and my kidneys ache, my liver aches, everything. No matter how much heating you have in the house, and even I have hot water bottle here, the pains, the virus has attacked my nervous system, and this awful bug. So the way to avoid catching the flu during this Australian flu season is to not put yourself amongst crowds like tube trains, public transport. And if you do go onto public transport, make sure you buy a mask where you cover your face with. They do this in Asian countries. They wear masks. This reduces the chances of you catching the flu bug. This flu is so painful, and I'm tempted to use ibuprofen or some sort of strong painkiller. But the thing with painkillers, they attack my kidneys. I don't like using any kind of drug. I like to fight the flu naturally. I have to stay away from my partner because she's pregnant, so I can't afford to have my partner catch this bug. It is a vicious, vicious bug, a different strain than what I've had. It's painful, and it's put me out of action. I can't move. It takes me about 5-10 minutes to get upstairs, which normally takes me to a few seconds. So the hot water bottle I've got here in this case, placed in my chest and placed in certain parts of the body, because any cold in the body can't stand. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, temperature's extremely high, but the main thing with this is the pain in my livers, kidneys, brain, my head. I feel very lethargic, weak. I can't do anything. So I've been drinking hot lemons, ginger, herbal teas, and lots of hot fluids. The thing I need to do now is go to bed and rest. We've got our window open, no matter how cold it is, we've got the window open to let fresh air circulate in the room. Because it's important to have air circulating in the room. I'm not using my electric blanket because that makes the bacteria and virus grow. For all those who don't wish to catch a flu, avoid public areas. Try to hold on to public rails on buses, train, and then put your hand into the mouth. Once you do that, you transfer the virus to the mouth. It's so easily done. Money, once you hold money, wash your hands. If you shake someone's hand, try to avoid shaking the hands and punch instead. That's what a lot of Jamaicans do, they punch the hand. They avoid the actual contact of germs. It's minimised. Just in public areas where you touch, make sure you're conscious of hand to mouth and conscious of those who are coughing. Move away from them immediately. I must warn you, this virus is very, very painful. I don't know what kind of strain this is, but this strain attacks the nervous system. The pain is so great that at least you want to phone the hospital, but there's no point because the hospital can't do anything for flu viruses, and it will also spread the bug. I'm not going to go and spread the bug. You've got to be not selfish and contain the bug yourself. Keep resting, keep drinking, and overcome. This may sound weird. Although flu is dangerous, I consider this flu a life-threatening virus. It really is. I'm aching everywhere, even my groin, testicles, everything, bowels, the base of my feet, under my armpits, the side of my armpits. It's extremely hard pain, like someone stabbing a needle in the nervous system. This is because the virus attacks your nervous system. And I've got to wear my hood on my head to keep the heat inside my head, and it's still cold, I'm still shivering. And it's very cold outside, but the house is warm, but still the virus attacks. So let's look at this virus again. Australian virus, which came across from Australia, and on the news bulletins they have mentioned this strain of virus which is striking the country at an alarming rate. So do protect yourself. There's one important thing I think about a virus which is so important. This may sound weird, and when I say the virus, this is important, I truly believe that our body, this is a natural, natural, just something of nature from God, that the virus is there to protect you. Because me having this virus shows how my body can cope and how my red blood cells in the body attacks and beats the virus. I also believe a virus is important to prevent you getting cancer or to stop your red blood cells over manipulating themselves. So what a virus does, it strengthens your immune system, but it also gives the red blood cells some use, and therefore the blood cells doesn't multiply and become a disorder in your body where it turns to leukemia. So it's all for a reason. I think all these viruses that come into our world and we catch is all for a reason. But I still say it's best to avoid this virus. You don't have to catch it, but if you do catch it, you better prepare for battle, because this thing really hurts. My partner Laura is looking after me. She looks after me very well. We're not kissing, we're not cuddling, because obviously she has the baby, and when I sleep in the bed I've got to turn my back to her and not risk her catching this bug. Even the same mugs we use, I have to use boiling hot water on any mug I drink or anything I touch. I avoid touching my hands or my nose, and I use a hanky, and when I use a hanky I wash my hands thoroughly to prevent the spread of this virus. This virus now is sinking in. It really is paining my body. I'm tough, but I tell you what, this is a real challenge in my body. It's hurting. It's really, really hurting bad. I don't want the baby to catch this. So if anyone's got this Australian flu, let me know how you are dealing with it. And remember, this is God's doing. It's a thing of nature. Also, and there's another side to it, it can be man-made. Man, I think, releases viruses into the air as an experiment created in labs. This happens with Ebola and other diseases like smallpox experiments, chickenpox experiments. I don't trust anyone. I think these viruses are released purposely, but still, it's a thing of nature. It may be released to test our body if we can survive. A virus really tests the human race and test how we can cope. You have this virus, you will see what I mean. Anyone really old, unwell and unfit, this is a very dangerous virus. If you have leukemia or sort of cancers and you catch this virus, you're gone. You really are gone. Your body cannot cope if you've got any kind of leukemia or cancer or any complicated illnesses, because what the flu does, it creates complications and it kills you. So I'm going to make a hot lemon now, a nice hot lemon, and go lie in bed and keep eating. Got to keep feeding the virus. Don't become starving. Keep feeding it. Keep your hands from touching surfaces and then going to your mouth. Watch your partner, keep away from her, and don't breathe in her direction, because the virus is travelling in the air. The most common way of travelling is by sneezing. The particles are on surfaces, you touch surfaces, then you touch your mouth, and then the virus travels. The virus lives for 24 hours on any given surface. Any surface, unless you've got antibacterial spray which is left on the surface, it reduces it, but I wouldn't take my chances. So do avoid tube trains, congested railways, people coughing in your face, turn your head, but the safest thing to do is wear your mask and also stay away from public areas during this time. This will take you out, and I've heard some people taking 1 month to get over this bug, a whole month. Some people can get over it quicker. I think the more you rest, the better it is. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Oh jeez. I'm having trouble even getting up, so the problem I'm having now is getting up off the seat.